everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We're gonna go on and get into it, man. We're gonna get right into it. Don't need that note anymore. Good morning. I mean, good evening. I'm talking about good morning. I'm tripping. If this first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, allow me to say welcome. If it's not the first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, I still want to say welcome and give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbit and hanging out with me and my homeboy back here named Spidey. He's chilling by the window. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day, and I talk about the price action, dealing with the S&P 500. And why do I do this? Because I want to help someone like you get your aha moment when it comes to the stock market, when it comes to trading, when it comes to investing, anything dealing with looking at those little red and green candles or whatever color you choose to make your candles, and help you get your aha moment. I told myself, I said, look, man, I'm going to be as good as ICT when it comes to reading these candles. And I vow that I will get it as good as ICT. I now granted, he's been doing it for over 30 years. But if he can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. And if you can do it, you can teach someone else to do it. And then we can all build this new Wakanda together. What M'Baku be saying? Hey, Chris, what M'Baku be saying? I can't remember what M'Baku be saying. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I can't, y'all know I can't go on without remembering what M'Baku be saying. I got to get this. I got to get it. Because we're going to build a new Wakanda together. But I need this. Yes, what does M'Baku say?
Maefa.
Say it.
Maefa.
Maefa?
Maefa.
Maefa! And what would be the response?
They say yeah, you say ooh, and then they say ooh.
Yeah, ooh and ooh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you say ooh, and then they say ooh.
So he say Maefa.
And then they say yeah.
Yeah.
And you say ooh,
then I say ooh. So do it.
Maefa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. So it's Maefa, yeah, ooh, ooh.
Yes. Okay
then. Y'all got it now. It's Maefa, yeah, ooh, ooh. So when I say Maefa, you got to do your part. Maefa! 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 Ooh! Maefa! Ooh! How many of y'all did it for real? How many of y'all did it for real? Maefa! Ooh! Maefa! It don't take much to entertain me. It do not take much to entertain me. Hey, all the pleasantries out of the way. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We're on our way to 2,500 subscribers. Help us get there. Press the bell notification so you'll know when I'm going live. I go live once in the morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time and once in the evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. But if you got the bell notification on, YouTube will tell you, hey, Tim's going live. He's going to be a complete nutcase, but he's going to say something that you want to hear. Hey, Maefa! Ooh, Maefa! Hey, let's look at the price action. Looking at the price action, looks like we had a beautiful power 3 to the upside day. But after this Judas swing over here, it took forever for price to get up here. How long was that forever? Forever. Right? And this right here, shout out everybody over the last couple of days. Shout out Marcia when she was talking about coming over here to one of these this low right here. Coming to this low right here, that being a low resistance liquidity run, right? But we was like over here somewhere. I can't remember where we were, but we took out this low with relatively low resistance. Today was different. Getting back up here to this buy side liquidity up here and above this buy side liquidity up here, this was the ultimate buy side liquidity it was trying to get to. Right? We see that at the end of the day. But it was so much freaking resistance getting up there. It was like watching paint dry. On top of the fact that tomorrow is FOMC, right? So everybody pretty much just chilling. Today was the perfect example of no matter what you do, the algo gonna take price where algo want price to go. And today was a very high resistance liquidity run, right? But Tim, what do you mean? This the way little Timmy Rogers see it, little Timmy Rogers. I'm glad you asked that question. When we were down here this morning and we was talking about what price was potentially going to do, right? No, we was down here. We were right here this morning because we had taken out this high. And I said, can anybody put in the chat, you know what I'm saying, which direction am I looking? Right? I was like, we was looking down here to come down here. We did that. I was like, which direction am I looking? Everybody said up. Everybody said buy side. Everybody, I don't think anybody said sell side. Some people was like, come down, then go up. Same thing. I'm looking up. Nothing can stop me. I'm still looking up. I'm looking up, right? You look at it and say, hey, Tim, it did exactly what you wanted to do. It was horrible trying to go up here today. It was so freaking slow. I fell asleep on the live with my eyes halfway open. I said, look at man, I'm sorry. I'm going to call this. I'm going to go get me a nap. I was dog tired, right? But price, the algos just kept repricing. A lot of people, they like, hey, it's a short squeeze. It's a whatever you want to call it. Around this neck of the woods, all I trade is ICT concepts. So I call it what ICT call it. Algo repricing. The algo repriced all the way back up to the buy side liquidity time, right? Every upside target that I could think of was hit today, right? This morning when we talked about it, was talking about getting back to yesterday's equilibrium. We had already made it to the equilibrium from one of these moves. We measured it out, right? We was talking about getting back to yesterday's equilibrium. We was talking about maybe getting back to this high, right? I marked out the consequent encroachment of this wick, and we already had the buy side resting up here, right? Everything we talked about hitting, we hit it. I ain't heard my phone make a noise in so long because I usually keep the ringer off. I just be feeling the vibration. It scared me. So every upside target was hit, right? Without me. But looking at these hourly candles, very little attempt to try to retrace anything. Just constant repricing to the upside. When we opened up at 9:30, let's go down to the 15-minute candles. Right? On the 15-minute candles, when we opened up at 9:30 over here, right? We did a little bit of dilly-dallying for like the first hour right here. We dilly-dallied for like the first hour, right? Dilly-dally, came back down a little bit past consequent encroachment on this fair value gap, aka BISI, right there inside this breaker. Remember we talked about this earlier. Once we traded back up past this high right here, when I was like, which way am I looking now? I'm looking up because we created this breaker. I was like, I don't trade off breakers. I like to know where the breakers are so I can look inside the breaker for an imbalance, right? On the 15-minute candle right here, you see this imbalance right here. We got the breaking market structure came back down to just below consequent encroachment on this BISI right here. And in hindsight, you looking like, man, Tim, that was a beautiful setup. This was painful to wait on. We were waiting for 10 o'clock for the news to come out. This was the most painful 30 minutes of my life. It was so slow and painful waiting on this 30 minutes to pass by for the news to come out. Right? When the news came out, the market pushed down. It barely did anything. Market pushed down a little bit, got down near yesterday's close, a little bit below the consequent encroachment on this fair value gap, and then it started to push up slowly. It was so slow and drawn out. Consolidated a little bit yesterday at the top of this fair value gap from the other day that we had traded down to, the fair value gap we had traded down to. And as you see, once we came back down through this bullish fair value gap, it was acting as resistance over here. And then once we got back to the top of it, you see how it was acting as support. Once we got above the top of it, we got all the way to the top and flirted with the top of it. Once we broke through, it started acting as support. We didn't even come back into this 15-minute fair value gap right there that we made. And then it just was like repricing. It came back down to this imbalance at the end of the day right here. This ain't no time that I be trading. This I be going to pick up the boards around this time. But it did come up to consequent encroachment on that wick over here that I told you I marked out. I marked out consequent encroachment on that hourly wick. Right, and we got right up to it. We hit consequent encroachment and then pulled back into this fair value gap where we had consolidated here for a while, took off, created a fair value gap, right? Went up, touched consequent encroachment, sold all the way back down, filled in the fair value gap, and then wick down below it just a little bit, right? Just a little bit, wick down below it, and then took off. Pow! Gone to the upside and took out the buy side liquidity. Now we've gotten back up on top of this gap down. This is the Sunday's gap down. We went back up on top of Sunday's gap down, skated across the top of it, used it as support for about 15, 30, 15, for about an hour, sat on top of it, and now we're pushing back down. Let's see if we come back all the way down overnight into this fair value gap, maybe even this this 2 candle order block right here, and see if that supports price or if we'll continue to slide back down toward the weekly equilibrium overnight. But that's pretty much all price did. It just went up today. This was like the only real retracement right here on the 10-15. That'll be the 10 o'clock candle on Thinkorswim and Trading View. That's the only real pullback retracement type move throughout this whole slow day, other than right at the end of the day when we hit consequent encroachment on that 15-minute wick, which was 40.74. Once we hit that 40.74, we had one more nice little pullback and then took off. For the rest of the day, just repriced up very slow, consolidated, moved up very slow, consolidated, moved up very slow. That's all it was doing all day long. Every time I wake up from my nap and peek back here, I think the candle hadn't moved because the patterns on the candle still look the same. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. They waited to closing time to make the move I wanted, but I got. Oh, that's what's up, FC. Congratulations on your 10 points. On your 10 points. On your 10 points. On your 10 points. I came back here during the day one time, and I was trying to get a little move, and I had everything set, and I wanted to get into it. It was dilly-dallying too long, and I fell asleep. I put my order in, and I fell asleep. And then when it picked me up, it scared me and woke me up because I had my volume turned up. It was like, order filled. And I jumped. I'm like, what? And I'm looking. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then it started moving in my direction. and I closed it out because I didn't know what was going on. So I closed it out. I think I had like 1 or 2 points. It was going in my direction like 1 or 2 points because it's like I couldn't remember what I was doing or what the trade was supposed to do. So when it scared me and I woke up and I looked and I just saw it was in the green and I just closed it. I just closed it real quick. I think I got like 1 or 2 points. Because I came back here, I was like, I know I'm supposed to. Let me go back to sleep. Let me go back to sleep, man. I'm supposed to be sleeping. You're welcome. What did I do, Tranisha? You're very welcome. What exactly did I do? That's all I got, man. Just a short one tonight. Just a short one tonight. That's it. Tomorrow is FOMC. The this is what I was talking about earlier when I was saying it was like a high resistance liquidity run, right? And it moved like it was a high resistance liquidity run, right? So we're just gonna use the 15-minute chart. We're gonna use the 15-minute chart to see what's a going zone, right? So looking at here, like where we started it down here today, right? So I mean, from the 645, the 630 candle for Thinkorswim TOS, right? We came up here, we set this fair value gap, and then once we came back up and traded above this high with these equal highs right here, we created this breaker right there. So first of all, before the market opened, we had to push up through what used to be an order block, right? We had to push up through a bearish order block. Okay, went through the bearish order block, set the breaker, right? Turn around, come back down, right? Hit the order block, start to push back up, right? So when we starting to push back up, when we come back down to hit the order block, right? I mean hit the breaker. Sorry, come back down to hit the breaker and the weekly equilibrium, right? We right there at the weekly equilibrium, come down to the mean threshold of the breaker. On the way back up, right? We're contesting with this bearish order block over here. One piece of resistance, right? Coming back up. We hitting consequent encroachment on this wick, right? We come back up. We hitting consequent encroachment on this wick right here. The first time we went up there, we hit consequent encroachment on this green wick, right? Come down, set this breaker. Set this order block right there. The 9 o'clock candle, that'll be 8:45 candle for Thinkorswim and Trading View, right? Come back up. Again, we got consequent encroachment on these wicks. Push back up again, come back up, hit this previous high, wick back down again, right? Not only are we coming up and hitting these wicks and hitting these highs, if you look over here, there's an order block over here that we're fighting with. So we come up here, right? Hitting this order block, come up here, hitting consequent encroachment on this wick, come back up here, right? Don't forget, we already hit this order block. Order block job is the block price. Come back here. So we still fighting. Right? A lot going on, right? Finally get enough juice to blast through, right? So we blast through the order block right there. Get all the way through the order block right here. Blast through it. Where this candle stop at right here. Stop just short of consequent encroachment on this wick of this up close candle right here, right? So that up close candle right there, consequent encroachment on that is, let's just go there, eyeball it. So we hit that on this candle, right? Finally get enough juice to push up through that. And we run into what? Another order block right there, right? Run into another order block right there. Boop, that's that candle there. Dog tide, start consolidating, right? Start consolidating. It's looking like a market maker buy model, right? Start consolidating. We set a bullish order block here, just ran into a bearish order block over there, right? Good place to buy in the market maker buy model is when you make this right here a breaker. Once you trade past that order block, once you make that a breaker, that's a good place to buy. You come back down, hit your breaker over here, right? You buy there, start pushing up, everything feeling good, pushing up, boom, right into what? Another order block right there. Golly, fighting with this order block, fighting. I'm gonna get it, right? As soon as you take out that high, you hit what? Boom, consequent encroachment on that 60-minute wick, right? On that 60-minute wick, hit consequent encroachment on that. Oh my goodness, sliding back down again, right? Once you slide back down again, you get your footing back up, then pang out. Because why? This was all the resistance from this consequent encroachment all the way down here to this order block. All of that resistance we was talking about, right? You had from that consequent encroachment all the way down to this order block, all that resistance we was talking about over here, right? And plus we had this daily fair value gap too. We didn't even talk about that. That was some resistance right there when we got to the top of the order block, right? But once you got here, what was the last thing in between this consequent encroachment, right? And that high right there? A gap down that we had already rebalanced over here. How do we know it was rebalanced? Because once we offered the buy side and the sell side, pang out, we took off. We left that area. Now that's how we know this area right there was a balanced price range, because we offered buy side, sell side, and then we left it. Pew, gone. So once we got out through all of this resistance up here to this consequent encroachment of that hourly wick, right? Once we came back down, took care of this imbalance right here, right? Pang out, gone. See, when we got back to consequent encroachment, kept going. Cut through this gap down like butter. Didn't even think about it because it was already balanced out. But that's the difference between a high resistance liquidity run and a low resistance liquidity run. No fighting, no fighting, no fighting. Tim, since you're off tomorrow, please process my refund of 18 cents for the day. There is nowhere in the fine print that said I will work every single day. And at the end of the day, let me see if y'all in focus. At the end of the day, let me get focused. I want you to see every wrinkle in my forehead. There you go. Get in focus. There you go. At the end of the day, it's a controlled subscription. So you are welcome to cancel at any time. Matter of fact, I hope you get gone so I don't have to see you around here anymore. Yes, I covered fees and commission. Fell asleep. I'm watching the chart. Everything was going so slow. So I said, because a couple times I woke up and I had to miss the move because I had to fell asleep, right? And so I set the order and I fell asleep. And when the thing said order filled, it woke me up. I jumped up and it's like, I'm like, green, get out, because I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, man, that's all I got. I appreciate y'all, man. I just want to say I really appreciate y'all. I really want to say I thank y'all in all sincerity. Make a lot of jokes, try to have a lot of fun, but I appreciate y'all. I really do. Y'all don't understand how much this helps me. It helps me to stay disciplined. It helps me to stay focused. It helps me to continuously learn. It helped me to continuously learn, because the more I have to explain what I'm thinking, or the more I have to explain a concept in the way that I see it, the more it's ingrained in me. So it's like I really appreciate y'all. Y'all helping me take my trading to the next level. I started doing these Tim's tidbits Early during the when stuff was real, when the world was like on lockdown and on Zoom, I was doing it with my friends and family. You know, mostly family. Couple friends was on those private Zooms that we did. It wasn't even private Zooms. I told anybody can pull up that they want to, but for the most part, it was like friends and families. I texted out to people that I knew. I ain't even put it on the internet. After we got done, I uploaded it to my YouTube page, but I was just trying to help friends and family that knew nothing about the stock market. And then through the grace of God, um, I moved from I moved to Instagram, started doing it. And then I moved from Instagram to YouTube because Instagram was getting on my nerve. People kept trying to hack my page, kept trying to steal my page, kept pretending to be me. So I switched over to YouTube. And since Instagram and YouTube is like, I could just see the exponential growth in myself just from sitting down and explaining the stuff that I've learned. It it helped ingrain it in me. It helped me like move to the next level. Like when I was in the military, like different NCOs that was above me used to always tell me, they used to be like, whether I was Specialist Rogers or Sergeant Rogers or whatever, they was like, um, when you teach classes, because they always trying to get you to teach a class in the military. There's like when you teach classes, it helps you to learn it too. And I ain't never really get that until I started teaching classes and I started realizing, what, they right. Because when you have to teach it to somebody else, it makes you learn it. It makes you understand it. It makes you comprehend it. And then once you can comprehend it, it clicks and you like, man, yeah. So I appreciate y'all. I said all that to say I appreciate y'all, man. And as always, man, don't put off till tomorrow what you can say today. Let the people that you love know that you love them today. Speak in their love language so they can receive that love you're trying to give to them. Right? If your parents still here, call them. Say, hey, mama, hey, dad, I'm thinking about you. I love you. How was your day? What did you do today? Oh, you watched All My Children? That still come on? Whoa. General Hospital? They still? Oh, okay, then. That's good. Call your adult kids if they don't live with you no more. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to your friends. Let them know that you love them. Nobody's promised tomorrow. Nobody's promised tomorrow. Continued prayers to the Spider Gang that's dealing with loss. Appreciate y'all for the prayers. I'm off tomorrow. I ain't doing nothing tomorrow. I'm chilling. Tomorrow is F4MC. I think it's at 2:00. And then they got the conference at 2:30. That's typically when they do it. I think tomorrow, the big tech boys reporting earnings. Let's look at that real quick before I get out of here. Let's look at what we got coming up tomorrow. Before I get out of here. Forex Factory. Get on the right screen, Tim. forexfactory.com. Tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday. Yes, we got ADP employment change. That's how much they paying for labor. If it goes up, they passing our costs on to the consumer, which means inflation going up. It's an inflationary type thing, right? They paying more for labor. They're gonna pass that cost on to us. Inflationary thing. We got ISM manufacturing numbers at 10:00. We got JOLTS. You know what I'm saying? Is the job market still thriving inside this rate hike inflationary time? Is the job market still thriving? Is it thriving too much where it's going to scare investors that the feds are going to raise rates more than they think? Right now, everybody got their money on it being a 25% rate hike, right? And golly, what's the name of the site? What's the site? Fed rate 2 is what is it? I can't remember the name of the site. I can't remember the name of the site. Let me see if I can find it. I think at the CME group. Yes, I think this is it right here. Yeah, CME group. if you go to the CME group, markets, interest rates, no. Uh, I used to know how to find it easy. Interest, is it interest rates? No. Tools. I used to be able to find it easy. Fed watch, treasury analysis. I used to be able to find it easy. Where it show you what yeah. Okay, so the current, it was on, was it on there the first time I clicked on that? Let me go back. Yes, it was. I clicked on the page the very first time. Okay, so when I clicked on it, the first Fed Watch tool, it was the very, I was there and I just didn't scroll down. Okay, so current rate, right? This is the current rate right here. Right now, the rate is in between 425 and 450, right? So that's where the current rate sits right now, right? This is what everybody got their money on. 99.4% people got their money that is going to be a 0.25 interest rate hike, right? How do you know that? The current rate right now is 425 to 450, right? If they do 0.25, it'll be 450 to 475. If they don't do nothing, it'll be 425 to 450. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the same. Those two are the same right there. So this is where 99% of the people got their money on it, that this is what the Fed gonna do. Right? This what the Fed gonna do. And you can, if you don't want to look at that right there, you can look at the charts down here. Current, right? 99% of the people saying this what they gonna do. Zero is saying that they're gonna do 50. Right? Zero is saying they're gonna do 50. Because to go from the current to with a 50% by 0.50, it'll put it at 475 to 5. So 0% right now, 0% are betting on that. Ain't nobody got their money on that. A little bit of people got their money on doing nothing, like doing a pause, like the Fed pause and they ain't gonna do nothing. But 99.4% got their money on the Fed doing a 0.25. This is what people be talking about when they say the market has priced in a 0.25 interest rate hike. Everybody and their mama that got money in the market is putting their money in the market and buying stuff at the price where they feel comfortable paying for it if the Fed raised the rate at this price right here. If Jerome Powell get on there tomorrow and do what these 0% down here that nobody said, the market will tickety tank, which I doubt he do a 0.5, but the market will tickety tank. What drives his decision making, what the job market look like, what the PMI looking like, what the CPI looking like, what the PCE looking like, everything, all the inflationary matrices that he look at. Some people says CPI the most important. Some people say PCE the most important. Some people say this the most important. Some people say that's the most important. Little Timmy Rogers say, the man say data. So anything dealing with inflationary is important. Do I wholeheartedly care about it? Not really, because I just wait for the market to react to what the news is, and then I go in and look for my entrance. For anybody who don't know, that's fancy talk for where I want to enter it. So that's tomorrow. They're gonna announce what they're gonna do. Everybody banking on the 0.25. Jolts That's how many job openings out there. May not be the jobs you want, right? They starting to pull back on some of that sugar that it was, especially like the tech jobs. They was overpaying people because, you know what I'm saying, they needed everybody to get in these positions. So even Walmart was giving people all kind of honey to come in and work for them. Everybody was giving out that honey. You know what I'm saying? People starting to scale back on that. So the jobs may be out there, but they may not be paying what you want them to pay based off of what they was paying a year and a half ago, right? They taking some of that sugar back. They taking some of that sugar back. The Fed's going to announce that. And then tomorrow, I think we got the big dog tech companies reporting. Earnings whisperer. I think let's go to the calendar. I think we got the big dog tech companies. This is today. AMD reported today. Snap, who cares? Snap is trash. I don't care about Snap. I've been telling people Snap been trash forever. Snap and Square. I've been talking about all of them. Square, I don't care. Trash. I don't like none of them. Tomorrow, let's go after the market. The important, I ain't gonna say the important stuff, but the big dogs usually report after the market. We got we just got Facebook Meta. We got Meta tomorrow. Thursday is gonna be the day. So Thursday, Meta's tomorrow. That's it. And then Thursday gonna be the day. Yeah, Eli Lilly in the morning. Apple. Yeah, so Thursday is the day for the big dogs. Got Apple, Amazon, Google, Qualcomm. Yes, the big dogs reporting on Thursday. So Meta tomorrow, and then the big dogs on Thursday. Tesla already reported. So yeah, who else out of the let's look and see who out of the top dogs. Let's go look and see who out of the top dogs. So Apple, Microsoft already reported. Google tomorrow. I mean Thursday. Amazon Thursday. Did Berkshire Hathaway report? I'm just looking at like the top holdings for the S&P. See when they that's what I'm looking at over here. Over there. That's what I'm looking at over here on the side. So Apple Thursday. Microsoft already reported. Google Thursday. Amazon Thursday. Berkshire Hathaway is the end of February. That's a bank. United Healthcare already reported. Johnson & Johnson reported on last week. Exxon Mobil reported already. Today. They reported today. Exxon Mobil reported today. Exxon Mobil reported today. Visa already reported. JP Morgan already reported. So, Apple, Amazon, and Google is the last of the big dogs for real. And then you got Berkshire Hathaway at the end of next month. And that's going to be the end of like the top 10 positions for. But after big tech do their thing, don't nobody really care for real except for like long-term investors, because after big tech do their thing, after applesauce apple after Apple, Google, and Amazon go, after Tesla, Apple, Google, Amazon go, everybody stop paying attention for real, like on a major scale, because that like all of the big market cap beat and reported, and the S&P and the NASDAQ are market cap weighted. So all the big market cap that's controlling 26% of the index has gone by. So people, they still talk about earnings, but they don't talk about earnings. You know what I'm saying? Called the big dogs be over. That's what we got going on for tomorrow and Thursday. Again, I'm off tomorrow, so I won't be doing no streaming tomorrow. And I will let you know if I'm gonna take the rest of the week off, because we got non-farm payroll on Friday. What we got? PCE? What do we got Friday? We got something on Friday. Non-farm payroll on Friday. Yeah, so we got non-farm payroll on Friday. Thursday, we just got earnings. So I'm off tomorrow. Thursday, I might peek at the chart. And then I ain't doing that Friday. So I probably just take Thursday off too. So Robinson, if you want your 36 cents back, just hit cancel. Hey. Did he tell us what subscription he switched to? What? What y'all talking about? So go eat your fish plate then. What scripture? Oh, I read that wrong. Thank you in the hymn book. Man, y'all get off my live, man. Hey, y'all always he'll learn to share. You ain't on the back pew, are you? You ain't on the back pew, are you? With the earnest 2 verse 1. Hey man, I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of it. Get off my line.